Okay. Well, hell and damnation. I said it. Okay. Now, here I am. Half an hour later. So, this 62-year-old, when I got a call from someone who said that they could see me, but I had a dark screen. I couldn't see anything. 3 times. Nothing. I could hear myself. I could see the mic was moving. That was good. But there was nothing else. And so I was talking here. I got over to StreamYard because I figured something out, and I was talking, and I thought I was live because it said, "Do you want to go live?" And I said, "Yes." But I wasn't live until just now. So here's the thing. I'm not technologically savvy. I only uploaded StreamYard last week for Miss Karen Chase and I to do Wednesday's Vintage Vendors live sale. And what I didn't know is that in uploading StreamYard to YouTube, it takes over, and I cannot choose to just only go live from my webcam. Even though that's what I chose, it immediately defaulted to must use this software, and I didn't know that. I finally figured that out. So I came on over to here, set up a live, thought I was live, but I wasn't, because even though I said I wanted to be live, until I hit a little thing up at the right-hand side that said go live, I wasn't live, even though it said I was live. So that was a good, 12 minutes of wasted time as well. I don't know that anyone's here. I don't know that anyone's been able to find me. I mean, I wasted a whole bunch of people's time. It's really a drag. I know I have followers. I know, notifications were sent out, and it is 1:00. And today I have many fabulous things, many of which are brand new. And for the first time ever, I'm going to do a recap. So I see 0 people here. 0. And I don't blame you because, we all disappeared. I disappeared. It's just awful. So I'm going to say view on YouTube just to see. Let's see what's happening. Let's see if I can really be. Whoa. Okay, there's a weird lag. It's catching up to itself in YouTube, streaming on StreamYard. I'm waiting for it to catch up in YouTube. It doesn't seem to want to catch up to itself. I thought if I do that, let me just carry on this weird thing. This is terrible. I am here. And Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. I okay. Okay. Oh, I got 3 people. Okay, trying to go over onto YouTube, which, I thought maybe I could find people if I went over to YouTube instead of StreamYard, even though StreamYard is on YouTube. But then there's this weird lag and it won't load the live. And now I have 0 people. I had 3 and all of a sudden they all disappeared. This 45 minutes in. Y'all, it's bad. And, there's other sellers and everyone has their schedules for who they go to and when they go there and etc. So, good Lord. Welcome to Wacky Wednesday. I don't know, but nightmare for me. Just a nightmare. I've got one person. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my best. Today is the first day that I'm ever going to do a recap. And let me tell you, I have made a business decision that I am going to do real fast recaps at the end, which I've never done before. I've never done them before because I spend a couple hours, I show all the items, and then I don't sell a lot. And I feel like, well, doing a recap is another, 20, 25 minutes of my time. And, I haven't sold very much. And it just seemed like a waste of time. But I have reframed that concept and I'm going to do a recap because a lot of people come in, towards the end or in the middle and they don't, know how to, or they don't want to go back and rewatch and ask me questions. So at the end, there's going to be a recap. I've got one person, maybe some other people will find me and pop in. I've screwed up the whole schedule. Feel like an idiot, but I'm 62. And technology was never like my buddy, but at this point, it's really not my buddy. And so I'm just going to move forward. So after 45 minutes of wasted time, I learned something. I have to always use StreamYard. So, okay, done and done. My name is Lucinda Walker. Welcome to my channel, Vintastic Finds, standing for Fantastic Vintage Finds. I have had a love of and collected and been selling vintage for over 20 years and really since the 80s. Although my husband had a vintage toy store, I wasn't super involved in the selling aspect, but I did help pick and I did spend a lot of time at the store and I learned a whole lot. And I've always had curio cabinets and been fascinated. And in the early days of eBay's, 2001, I exclusively sold vintage jewelry for several years. So this is my love. This is my passion. And this is also my community. And I enjoy hanging out with y'all. I enjoy bringing items. I enjoy finding items. And it's also my time for me and not caregiving. This is my time. Now, it is 2024 and I'm just have to get into this preamble. I made one huge change, which is every other Wednesday, first my channel, then her channel, then my channel. So every 2 weeks, we have Wednesdays Vintage Vendors live sale. I and Miss Karen Chasin Vintage. She is fabulous. All of you in the community know her. That is one change. The other change is that I will be doing recaps And I'm going to be inviting more people onto my channel. And I am hoping to start partnering with other people on their channel. The day of this sale has been Wednesdays at 12:30 Pacific, 3:30 Eastern time. That may be going to change because I feel I've always watched. This is an awkward time to fill. And I think that's part of why I don't get enough viewers. So that's going to be changing, but I'm going to be working with my partner and my pal, Karen, on what day also works for her. So that's me. I carefully curate vintage and antique. Occasionally I bring modern stuff if I think it's really cool and will fit in with our eclectic vintage, kitsch, or antique looks or collections. I try to keep the prices reasonable. I do have some high end. And I use pirate ship because I try to save you on shipping. So I do not do open boxes anymore. I tried that for a couple months last year, and it didn't seem to make a difference. I was trying to help people save on shipping. It didn't bring in any more purchases. It didn't seem to matter to people. So I'm not doing that. That said, if you know me and I know you from the community and you want to buy regularly and you would like me to hold an open box, send me an email. We're going to do this backwards. Where's my finger? It's right there. And we can talk about it. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got one person and I think I know who they are. And God bless you because we could just get together around the corner, so God bless you for being here. I've got one person. I don't know that I'm going to get anyone else, but this is the day I've got it planned. This is the day I've got it scheduled. And so I'm going to do a quick show of items. If no one else comes in, I will not do a recap because no one's here. So what's the point? So I'm just going to run through it real quick and we'll see what happens. We'll see if anyone else figures out where I am and bothers to come back. I don't know. Crappy day. It's really too bad. I was excited about today. Maybe people will come back later and watch the replay. You watch the replay. No one's here. So send me a message and ask me about the item, please. All right? Okay. So with that said, I'm going to carry on and do the best I can. Crappy technology day. My last apology. Starting the sale now. Okay. I love this. I brought this to my sale with Miss Karen Chasing Vintage. I always get this backwards. This is William Guerin, WG and Company, France, Limoges, cherub platter. It is Victorian. It is turn of the century. You see so Valentine's Day is coming up, right? And above and beyond Valentine's Day, I think this is beautiful. It's just beautiful. These two cherubs, one clearly looks like a male to me and the other a boy. One has his little shield with two arrows. And the other little curly-headed guy is about to throw an arrow down from the heavens onto whomsoever. It is this beautiful, heavily gold-painted edges. It is porcelain, obviously. It's Limoges. It's got this lovely stem. And if you're new to my channel, if there's an issue, chips, cracks, crazing, or whichever, I will tell you. Otherwise, there is not. This is a very large platter. My head is 8 inches. This is 13 inches tall by about 8.5, 9 inches wide. It is absolutely stunning. These were the type of, I'll show you the mark. These were the types of porcelain and clays that had to get the approval of the royalty at the turn of the century to be sold. And that's what one of those stamps means. It was approved by the French royalty, and it also means they used it in their own home. That spotting on the bottom is the type of clay that they used underneath the porcelain. And when you have something that is 120, 140 years old, the clay begins to seep through the glaze on the bottom. I did know the name of this clay from a previous object, but I forgot. I apologize. These go for about $60 on eBay. eBay is the cheapest leveler of what the average price is in a market. So my start on this for Valentine's and year round is $35. $35. It's absolutely beautiful. And there is none of the seepage inside this plate. This is a deliberate background. All of this that you see is deliberate background. And there's, look at that. There's little roses down here on the bottom. I'll pull this in one more time for you all to see. Thank you to whoever else has just joined. I appreciate you finding me. I believe that red object is his quiver. The quiver for the arrows. You know how there's a bow? The one Cupid has the bow wrapped around his neck. Bow and arrows. The arrows go in the quiver. So this red right here, and perhaps the purple over here, is the quiver for the arrows. And there's a couple doves and these beautiful little flowers. And there you go. So that's the first item. If you change your mind, let me know later. So we're going to say pass on that first item and move to the next item, especially considering I'm running 45 minutes behind and I'm going to do a recap today. So it's been fun. So this item is going to start at, and of course at 12. Start at 12. This is from the 2000s. I don't know if that means 2010, early 2000s, or 2 years ago. I do not know that part. This is a nice, solid Coke bottle green recycled glass with angels on each side. Very beautiful. Changes color from a little darker or a little lighter with the light. Large votive holder. Personally, I would put fairy lights inside of it. It weighs a good pound or two. It is quite gorgeous. I found it after Christmas. It would have been lovely for Christmas. It is TAG, T-A-G. It is Spanish recycled glass. These cost about $30 or $40 new, and I am asking a start of 12. It's really quite beautiful, and it would fit in with pretty much anything. I'm going to be bringing this up next. So, you know, you've got this. You could fit it in with the cherubs. You could fit it in with a ballerina sitting down next to it. I mean, this glass, porcelains, woods, they all mix together, you know, and I'm eclectic like that, but they do. They all mix together. So keep that in mind as you're starting your collection and you're creating your little vignettes. Mixing materials makes the one or two things that you really love pop. And then the other things are shorter or they're taller or there's a little miniature, little, you know, frozen Charlotte down here. So there's lots of things you can do. Just keep that in mind. You know, don't limit yourself. Okay, I'm going to say pass on that because, like I said, I'm so far behind. I'm going to get through it. And then if someone comes and sees it later, please email me and ask me. So this is going to be a quick claim. Quick claim for $8. I will tell you the letter in a minute. Quick claim. Grandma's house. Grandma's rules. If I'm home, you're always welcome. If you're hungry, help yourself to anything. If you break something, it's all right. If you need anything, I'll buy it for you. If you make a mess, help me clean it up. When you leave, give lots of hugs and kisses. Yep. Grandma. I think that we should all be like Grandma. If you have a grandma anywhere, you should pick this up for them. And you should pick it up for yourself as you become a grandma. These are just fantastic rules to live by. These used to be everywhere, starting in the 50s through to about the late 70s. And I think they need to make a comeback. So the letter to claim this is L. Letter L, if you're interested. It's just your simple, basic wooden plaque on pine. But I don't personally find these very often anymore. I think the majority of these were like with estate sales and when people died, they were just looked at as useless little tchotchkes and thrown into the garbage. So seriously, this is the first time I've ever found one in the wild, and I don't think I'll find them that often. Now, obviously, it does have Southern Oregon Game Park Safari, but who cares? Who cares? Hang this in your kitchen. Hang it by your front door. Letter L to claim. Letter L to claim. Okay. I'm going to say pass on that for now. I really hope more people find me and come in. It was just such a bummer. The start to this sale. If I was a more pessimistic person, and believe me, I can be glass half empty just like anyone else, I would have just given up. But I don't want to do that. This is my time with you all. This is what I've set up to do and put time aside and set everything up. So, okay, this starts at 15. It is a beautiful porcelain ballerina. She is from the 1970s, most likely. She's made in Korea. The manufacturer is MANN, MANN. She has a beautiful pointed foot. Her face is really elegant, really soft. She has a lovely headband. The headband has red flowers embedded into it. It's just red paint, but they are tiny. Let's see if I can get this in close. They are tiny little daisies with a red dot center. Kind of like black-eyed Susans, right? Except this is a red dot. Look how elegant her face is and her beautiful long neck. Even her ears are spot on. Her beautiful long arms, all of her fingers are entirely intact, which is a miracle. With her leotard and her toe shoes and her long blue tutu. Now, the blue tutu, the way that it's painted makes it feel like it's bisque, but it is not bisque. This is porcelain. Hear it? That high-pitched tin. This is a porcelain, but the paint has a bisque feel. She is about, let's go back this way. She is about 6 inches long from bottom to foot, and about maybe 4 or so inches tall. And she's just gorgeous. You've got a little girl in your house or a little boy who wants to aspire to dance. You've got someone that's going to be having children soon and they want to decorate their nursery, or you were a ballerina, or you just collect porcelain figurines. This is a really good one. She's gorgeous. Here's the back of her head. I mean, she's in perfect condition. I've seen these online as music boxes as well, but she was never meant to be a music box. Okay. So she was start at 15. Yes. Thank you to someone else who showed up. Thank you for finding me. It's been a really bad technology day. Okay, this item is another quick claim for $12. And I will tell you the letter in a minute. This is really cool. This was given to me and it's cool. So I had this problem when I showed it once before. It is dark orange. It is not yellow. It is dark orange. So you see this orange cream bubbly. Anyone drinks this stuff, you know, this is orange. Orange can. This is orange. This is not it's bright orange, like Halloween black and orange. So family nail box, handy for odd jobs. This came filled with all different size nails. It is from the Crest stores. It's got this cool logo with this gentleman, an archer, shooting a bullseye on the back. So you've got 2 ways to display this really cool vintage tin. You can, it's in good condition to actually great condition for being from the 1930s. The inside is really nice and clean. You can definitely store your picks, etc. in there. The letter to claim this is letter A. Letter A. And again, it is Halloween orange and black with this arrow on the front and the Crest stores and the archer with the bullseye target on the back. Here are the sides. Letter A. Quick claim, $12. I don't know why when I hold things up, it's always tilted. And it is about, an inch and a half, 2 inches tall. In really great condition. So, yes. Okay. And see, I have all this great stuff and I lost all my viewers because of the technical problems. Well, I mean, the worst thing that can happen is I'll bring these exact same items with maybe 1 or 2 different ones to Wednesday's vintage vendor sale. Or I'll swap some out and add in some others. Okay, this starts at 24. This is one of my favorite finds that I'm bringing you this week. It is by Lenox. It's beautiful. Starts at 24. It is Lenox green cut to it's that rough, oh good Lord, that rough colored glass, like sandpaper, like I forgot the name. It is a botanical floral, obviously. It is from the early 2000s. It is 9.5 inches tall. So this green is the main glass, and then it has an overcoat encased of this rough. If anyone in the chat remembers the name of this, please let me know. It's olive green. Here is the bottom. Really nice and smooth. So you can see that this white with that little bit of rough, God, what is the name? Is encased over top of this beautiful green glass with these ferns, floral vines. This is a year-round piece for me. This is a year-round piece. And again, and here's the top. Nicely polished, smooth, no chips, no cracks. These are going for about this same price on eBay. And there's only one, I believe. Actually, eBay, Etsy, all those platforms. I think there's only one other one out there at all right now. And this is not like a telefloral piece. This is really nice. So imagine I'm going to start doing this, and I'm actually going to get a lot of things to start trying to get you guys to imagine. So imagine this with the ballerina next to it. There you go, right? I mean, this is what I mean when I talk about, look how beautiful they look together. Boom. So 9.5 inches tall, and at its widest, it is, oh, well, that's upside down. 6 inches in diameter at its widest, about 3.25 at its at the bottom, and it's just a stunning, no damaged piece. Lenox is Lenox crystal. Okay. So we will pass on that. I'm going to bring another quick claim. Now I'm just going to have to remember later on my sheet that I'm doing this. Quick claim for 12. I will give you the letter in a minute. Quick claim for 12. It is ready to go. Again, my apologies to anyone who found me and is here with me now. The technological difficulties, but I got it figured out now. So this is a crewel kit. It is framed. It is likely from the 1970s. It is not high-end quality, but not low. But they did go ahead on this kit and put the this dyed background of yellow here. It is on a very soft kind of a it's on linen. So, so that's good quality. It's a soft linen. It says ground coffee. So it's, someone's 1970s bouquet of wild flowers gathered in their coffee can. And then they went ahead and put a scoop, which is a very fancy scooper with coffee beans spilling out of it at the bottom in yarn. These flowers do pop out right there. So it's a very 3D. The only thing, $12 is a really good price if you want to claim it. It is letter C. The only thing that I might do, it does not have, of course, most of these crewels don't. It doesn't have a plastic or glass front. And the back is just a pushed in kind of piece of cardboard. So, I would go so far as, and it weighs nothing. It weighs absolutely nothing. If this was mine and I collect crewel, I have quite a bit of them without enough wall space to hang it decently. I would go ahead and take this out of the frame and pull this just a little tighter and put a better back on it. And then go so far as to go ahead and put a piece of glass or plastic over top. It's springtime. It's 70s. It's boho. It's collectible. It's $12. Letter C. Letter C. Quick claim. Okay. So last in this round, and then I'll move to my next page. Again, thank you for whoever is here. I know that a lot of people were over at, a very big resellers kind of whatnot sale this morning. And you might be taking a break until this evening with Jason and Amy. But I'm pretty cool too. And I do think, again, just for anyone who maybe is new who came in, I do think that I'm going to be changing the day and the time of the sale to a different slot, because I'm coming in right as he's doing his last, 45 minutes to an hour. And so I don't get anyone from that. And then people are taking the break because they're going to go to Jason and Amy's sale. So I think I could find a better time slot. And I think the evening would also be really good instead of the middle of the day. And I'm not a morning person, so we're not going to go there. All right. So this is going to be another quick claim. If I can spell, it would be. Oh, good Lord. Quick claim of, again, you can see how I can't spell. One day I'm going to have a mod, because I would like to just focus on being here with you and my items, and not, did I spell that correctly? If anyone's here that wants to say hi in the chat, I would love to say hi to you. I get a lot of bounce and energy off of people connecting with me in the chat and discussing, what they think the item is, or if they collect it, or if they have it, or if they found it in the wild, or what's the weather like where you are? Are you having a good day? Are you having a bad day? Do you need a little support? It just creates a connection and creates like a nice flow in the sale. So this is a quick claim of $12. This is one of two things, okay? And I'm going to go with the latter. This is what I believe, and I sold vintage jewelry for a long time, and researched and studied it and lived it, because I've always loved jewelry. And then you throw vintage in there, and I was all in. I believe this is from the 1930s, right before the war. It is a very interesting hard plastic. It is not Bakelite. It is not celluloid. So if it's not late 30s, it's very early 50s. And it is red and white with these gold spacers. The beads do not have a seam. These plastic, they are really thin, almost like they could be celluloid. They could be a celluloid, because they're very thin yet sturdy. I almost at one point thought that it might be Bakelite, but they're too uniform for that. So I changed my mind. But you see, it might be Bakelite, and I actually pulled it from a sale to do further research, because I thought, oh my goodness, this might be Bakelite, and I'm really losing my shirt on the price. But I cannot determine if it's celluloid or Bakelite, but it's really cool. It's really fabulous. It's from the late 30s, or at the very least early 50s. It's either celluloid or possibly Bakelite. It's very long. It's 4 strands. it is a quick, did I say this is a quick claim? Yeah, for $12. It is the letter R. Letter R. It is, I'll tell you how long it is. 30 inches around, 30 inches all the way around. So 15 inches down one side, and you throw in probably another inch there. So that might be about 32 in total, 32 inches around. And I'll put it on without undoing the clasp. The clasp is also really old. That's why I say that. It is quite long. So it falls right to my beginning of my chest line down here. And it's perfect for Valentine's. It has that, if you like plastic and kitsch and all of that, it's got that perfect, wonderful feel that you're just going to want to touch. So, quick claim, letter R. Letter R. This is something that I've had for a long time, and I wore for a long time. And I had a hard time giving it up, but it needs to go to another home. I don't wear as much jewelry as I used to, and I can part with it. It's okay. So I'm going to say pass on that item as well. How are my two people who are here watching me doing? Doing okay? Thank you for being here. I really screwed myself up. It's hard to sell things in order to buy new things when I screw up the technology, and nobody's here. And I've been building up my viewers. You know, I had 190 subscribers. I had 190. And 2024 came around, and YouTube knocked it down to 156. And then today I looked and it was 155. This is a very common thing on YouTube, that arbitrarily they just take away chunks of your viewers. I guess so you can't ever get to monetizing yourself. I don't know. I'm nowhere near being able to monetize myself. But the thing that it does for me is it continues to make me be just like a really small, not as recognizable name in terms of reselling, even though everyone knows me in the chats. So it's frustrating. YouTube's frustrating. So if you're not subscribed, or if you think you're subscribed, please check again and resubscribe if necessary. Patricia. Hi, Patricia. Patricia. Thank you for popping in. There was a whole technological thing where I didn't know that once I attached StreamYard to my YouTube channel, it would automatically default to that. I must always stream in StreamYard. I thought it was defaulting to my webcam in YouTube. And apparently you guys could see me, but I could see nothing. And the only thing I could do, it took me 45 minutes to figure it out, was to be in StreamYard, which goes to YouTube. Hey, Susan, how's it going? Thank you for finding me. Was to go, I have to go through StreamYard, which goes to my YouTube channel. It's the only way I can ever do it unless I got rid of StreamYard, which I won't, because me and Miss Karen Chase and Vintage have our Wednesdays now. And then I thought I was live in StreamYard because it said I was live, but apparently I had to hit one more button. So that was another 10 minutes of wasted time. So it's just been a thing. So thank you guys for being here. You missed several of some really good items. So if you want to do the little chipmunk settings playback speed, and if you're interested, let me know. Okay, so I'm moving to page 2. Let me put these items back behind me and move to my next round. I'm trying to do this in a way that is more logical and easier for y'all and for me, because I still, with caregiving and doing this, I still don't have a cart. I'm going to get a cart this week. I'm going to go to Michael's and I'm going to get a cart. So that will help enormously. Okay. So I yes, I know I'm up and roaming around. I'm trying to grab these. I just want to grab the things. That. That. It's easier if I grab a whole bunch of things at once than to keep turning around and grabbing and grabbing and grabbing. But I will have a cart next week, promise, because I don't want to do this to you and I don't want to do it to me. And this gorgeous thing and this. Okay. Alrighty then. Thank you all as you watch me, my backside move around. I appreciate it. Okay. And I did get my preview up a couple hours before my sale. So that was there as well. So that, some things worked today and other things were like, whoop. Okay. This is going to be choice at $8 a piece. These are, let me get them out from under the other items. These are 1910, 1920s. Absolutely beautiful. Swedish postcards. Now, I sold a few of them prior to Christmas, along with the really cool different artists, crazy old world Santa ones. But I can't recall the artist. And I know there's a name here and over here, and that has something to do with it. But let me show you the back. They're from Stockholm, Sweden. They are essentially wishing you a happy new year. Sago Konstab, Stockholm. I can't, I don't know what all that means. Okay. I don't, but these are very highly collectible and they're actually not that easy to find. So here's the boy with his dog and his little Christmas tree on a sled, I believe. He's lovely. There is an artist that does Eskimo postcards around the same time, but it's not, while they're very similar, I do not believe it's the same artist. You see the little chubby faces? This face here is very similar to the Eskimo and even the colors. So it might be, and it might be this NEDH or MEDH artist. I'm not sure. So these are some kids with the dog and the shovel and their little toys. Looks like they're actually in an ice fort. So you would choose for $8. You would just let me know postcard that you want a postcard. Okay. It's vintage at its finest. So this is a very famous author. They sell for a lot more. I know an antique dealer with a mall, and they sell for $15 to $20 a piece. And they do. I mean, that's how much in an antique mall. So, you drop that down to eBay, that's $15. So I'm selling them for half or a little less. These guys are taking a hayride with the puppy. Look at that puppy. That's so cute. And they all have the same thing. They're all about, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, God bless you. And this one. They're having a snowball fight. I love them. They're having a snowball fight. So $8 choice. There's 4. There's this one, snowball fight. Hayride with the horse with the sleigh bells. They're from Sweden. This one where they're in a little snow fort with their Christmas toys. And this guy looks like maybe he's eating something, but I'm not sure. And this guy with his tree on a little sled and his little hound dog. And if someone is interested in all 432, I'll do it for 30. If someone's interested in all 4, I'll do it for 30. Okay. Thank you for being here, you guys. Okay. This starts at 20. I have 2 sets of these. I'm only bringing one today. They sell on eBay 1 box for more than twice this price. More than twice, believe it or not. These are Ainsley, England, and they don't usually have their box. These are Ainsley, England placeholder for your cards. They are in their box. They are fine bone porcelain china, Capodimonte. It's unbelievable that I found them in their box. I'm going to show them to you individually in just a second. And like I said, I do have 2 sets. They would be so lovely at like a tea party or, you know, what about a Galentine's Day party, you know, where you get together with your girlfriends for Valentine's Day? That would be really cool. If I could open the box, I would show you. Come on, little box. Here we go. Ainsley. These are from, late 50s, 60s is what I believe. And I mean, I don't think they were ever used. I think they were given as like a wedding gift to someone based on where I picked them up from. Sorry, trying to move closer to y'all. I think these were given as a wedding gift, and someone lovingly tucked them away in a drawer to use on that special occasion and never used them because they're in brand new condition. Whoop. Here's this one. Look at those flowers. I mean, they're just incredible. You know what I would do with them? Here you go. Put your ephemera in it. Done and done. Could put your Valentine's Day ephemera in them. So that's one. Here's the yellow roses. And like I say, no chips, no cracks, perfect condition. And what a beautiful way. This is a much more elegant way to hold your ephemera than the metal flower frogs, right? Or the little roach clip idea. And you could have different ephemera in them year round. You could have a dinner party with your gal friends or a mixed group with your guy friends, and you could put a different piece of ephemera in each one at their place. Then tell them that's their place and gift them the ephemera for whatever occasion it is that you are celebrating. Next to your beautiful vintage cut crystal wine glass and your, fancy dispenser and maybe that Lenox vase I just showed you on the table, filled with some nice roses, tulips, a wildflower bouquet. I love these. Look at that. Look at that. I can't even imagine making that, let alone the fact that there is nothing wrong with it. Unbelievable. Okay, and it's sharp. I mean, it's sharp. I don't know how it remained intact. Whoops. And then here, look at that color. Look at that color. My God, it's just stunning. And you know, this is the bottom. So, starts at 20, all 4 in the box. Really good deal. Look it up. Okie dokie. I will say pass on that. I appreciate anyone who's here. And Patricia and Susan. I'd like to ask you guys, if you're still here, how did you find me? And did you have to go through all the permeations of take 1, take 2, my God, I'm so sorry. It's so annoying. But, did you get a second notification or a third notification? Or because this is new technology and this whole thing backfired today, I just love to know how that worked out. Okay. I said pass on that. So if you want to let me know, I would like to know, because it just goes with me learning this new technology of StreamYard, which is supposed to be so simple. You got a notification for take 4, Susan, or the initial take that just I couldn't see myself because I wasn't using StreamYard software, which took over my YouTube. I didn't know it was going to do that. I hate software that does that. This starts at 18. This is a Listener Moon Glow. That's the type of plastic. It's called Moon Glow. It is it's not a celluloid. It's kind of a lucite, but a Moon Glow. And I hope that you can see, Listener is one of the most collectible brands out there in all jewelry types. I wore this for years. It is from the late 50s, early 60s. I hope you can see that it is two-toned. There is a lighter blue and a darker blue. And it bends like this. Each piece is put together. So this is, I got to do math now. Good Lord. 60 to 70 some odd years old, and it looks like it's brand new. And I wore it all the time. Somewhere I have the necklace and the the 4th. Okay, Susan, thank you. Patricia, snow. God, I hope winter stops doing this. After 60, 70 years, this thing, which was worn all the time, is like brand new. This was very high-end costume jewelry sold at places like your Capwells, your Macy's, etc. In sets, usually the bracelet, the necklace, and earrings, clip-on earrings. And, back then they were $40 because it was such well-made high-end jewelry. So this $18 price is a very good price. Here is, where am I? Hold on. StreamYard and me backwards. Here is the Listener mark right there. And you'll notice too, with things like Listener and Coro, this is not a dipped coated metal. It is not a silver. It is not anything like that. But this is the metal. It doesn't chip off. It doesn't wear off. And there is how it's put together. See that? So it just kind of rolls up. It's really cool. Okay, and it goes together with a barrel clasp just like this, no wear. $18. This is what it's really nice on. Let's do this right. This is what it looks like on. I mean, this is the whole statement piece right there. Boom. Start at 18. Okay. If anyone circles back and decides that they're interested, send me an email. I do now, I am approved. I know some of you already know this. There's not that many of you here on knickknacks. I'm going to start listing this week. And I also have an eBay account. I have a lot of things up there, but I'm starting to remove and pull them. And I'm going to start listing stuff on knickknacks that doesn't sell after a couple sales, and apply to be a live reseller on knickknacks. So a lot of this stuff that I bring for a good price like this, once I take it over there, it's going to get bid up and it's going to disappear. So I'm not saying that to push you into buying it, but I'm just letting you know that I need to start looking at different avenues to get my initial output of buying the items back. That's all I'm saying. So now is a good time to buy. And in fact, let me just follow that up by saying I'm not the only reseller that, has multiple paths to selling their items. Because, you don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? Nobody does that. The majority of resellers I know are starting to spread their items out to multiple other platforms. And it's a tough economy. It's a tough time. It's an uncertain time. And so we're all just doing, the best we can. And so are you. I totally get it. I am always just really happy that you even show up and that you're here, and I get to talk to you for a little bit. And today's the first day I'm doing a recap. So anyone who wasn't here, I'm doing a recap. Okay. Patricia. Good luck with that, Patricia. That's what I have to say. I have managed to break it down to 2/3 of what I used to buy. I am only buying 1/3 as much as I used to buy. But, I'm in the community and other resellers all the time, and I see an item and I know its value, and it just calls to me, and I can't help it. So I don't think that's going to stop for a while. So good luck, Patricia. I want you to keep tabs with me and tell me how that works out because it doesn't work for me. Okay, so this is a start and it is a choice at $10 a piece, which is so reasonable and so cool. And these are items, how we buy things to resell, and then we're like, but wait a minute, I want that. These are 2 items that I'm having a hard time letting go of. They're not super rare, whatever, but there's not a lot of them either. And I feel like I could wind up keeping them. There's 2 of them. They are hand painted. Let's bring it in close and let's make sure I've got my angle right. Hand painted roses, old-fashioned roses. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. Over porcelain that is meant to look like a shell. So your mermaid bathroom, y'all, right? However, I would use this. You could use it in your mermaid bathroom, but it's a trinket or a nappy dish. I would use it for my taking off my rings by the sink, that kind of thing. And these are from the late 50s I don't think the 60s. I think they're from the 50s. They're 5 inches in diameter, essentially, right? From top to bottom, side to side. 5 inches. They are Lefton bone china. They both still have their stickers. No chips, no cracks. Lefton china, hand painted, registered with the U.S. Patent Office. Okay, so here I am, and then they have a number, the mold number or whatever, made in Japan. Here I am saying, whatever. These are probably early 50s because they're, I don't know that Lefton was around in the 30s, so I can't go there. But was around in the 30s, then I would take these all the way back to being made in the 30s simply because they bothered to register them and patent them. So here you have, the colors are slightly different and the painting is slightly different because they're hand painted. So this one, the pink is more vibrant. And this one, wait, other way around. The greens on this one, the greens on the leaves down there is darker. This one, the pink rose is lighter and fluffier, the light pink one. And this one, it's a little darker. They both have their stickers. No chips, no cracks, no damage. They're gorgeous. 1939. Patricia. Thank you. So see, I believe these are from the 30s based on that, because nobody was running around patenting their hand-painted shell dish in the 1950s. Why would you do that? That's actually the first time I've seen that. So I'm going with these were 30s, right before the war. And they have that gold painted edging. They're fabulous. $10 a piece, y'all. Choice. I brought some great items this time. That whole slow me down technology thing. 45 minutes. 45 minutes of wasted time. I mean, oof. I'm still recovering. Okay. Start 16. Guess what this is? I rarely find this in the wild. I was flabbergasted that I actually found it. It is Fenton. Yeah. Hobnail. Moon Glow. Hobnail. Yep. There is nothing wrong with it. It is freaking beautiful. I found it at one of my little honey holes and I snatched it up. I was like, what is wrong with these people? Do they not know what they have? And I guess not, or they didn't care. Now, this is a perfume bottle. So the white stopper is missing. I have looked online. There are a few with stopper that are selling for $40 to $50. The majority of them do not have the stopper because just like with decanters, the stoppers get lost. They get separated when they're donated. They get separated by people playing around with them at the antique malls. Kids pick the stoppers up, drop them, break them, So for $40 or $50, you could get one with the stopper. I would just use this as a bud vase. This is from, it's early Fenton. It has no sticker and no signature. I'm going to go with the 60s because, that would have been stickers. And that seems to me but I don't know my Fenton. So Moon Glow Hobnail, if someone looked that up, maybe you would find the exact date. But I'm going with the 60s, and I could be totally wrong, because it's got that whole milk white glass looking thing. Maybe it's from the 30s. I don't know my Fenton well enough, but what I do know is that for $16 start, this is a stunning piece. Hey, pal, Karen. How's it going? I'm glad you found me. I'm here. Yeah, this is a beautiful piece. It is hard to find, especially with the stopper. Costs a heck of a lot more. This is selling a little more than this on eBay without the stopper. Yeah, I think it's from the 60s. It's about 7 inches tall and about 3. It's about diameter. Diameter is probably 6 inches. And one of the other reasons I believe, let me make sure that I'm seeing this correctly and that I'm not making this up. Hold on. Nope, I'm making that up. Okay. No. Yeah. It does have a seam line. Okay. It has a seam. So the 2 pieces, it was blown and the 2 pieces were attached. So to me, that's 60s. It's not earlier than that. Anyway, start 16. Pass. If you see anything that you liked in the preview, I'm going to do a recap today, y'all. But, you can always ask me earlier if you need to leave. Hey, blah, blah, blah. I saw that piece. I'm interested. And I'll be happy to accommodate you. Okay. This is a quick claim. I can spell. $8. I will tell you the letter in a minute. I have shown this before, showing it again before it goes into my ephemera collection. It is a gorgeous, I believe 1930s. It could be 1910, could be 1920. I tend to go more with the 10s or the 20s because that was the time when the British Empire was really over in India, both with teas and beginning to find coffee and exporting them in giant bulk, and people bought in bulk. They didn't buy a tiny jar. They bought in bulk. So I'm going with, turn of the century, 1910, 1920s, but I could be wrong. It is these beautiful birds with a church in the background on a frozen winter lake with one of the first roses of spring blooming. They are barn swallows. The colors on this is gorgeous. I would frame this, quite frankly. Very vivid, very realistic. These were put into Lion coffee bags. It says is never sold in bulk. Beautiful picture in every package. Well, I don't know what they mean by never sold in bulk, because this would have been in a package, a bulk of, 5-10 pounds. So maybe they mean it was never sold in 100-pound bags. I really don't know. Toledo, Ohio, Wilson Spice Company. The letter is D. Quick claim, letter D. Okay. This is beautiful. And I'm starting it at what I think is a very good price. And I researched it, but I can't say for certain. Sorry, I can't say for certain who the maker is. What I do know is that it's definitely vintage. I'm leaning towards the 50s, but I looked and I looked, And there's so many permeations of swung vases out there. And I got lost. I'm not a glass person. I'm only just learning that. This is this incredible cobalt blue vase. I'd love it if you could see. Let's go this way. Do you see how in between each petal there's that line where my thumb is, and it's a very light blue? So in between each petal is from the clear glass, it created this light blue line. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 petals. Excuse me. It is kind of pulled a little bit twisted. You see the twist? How it's twisted at the bottom? It is what you call elephant toad. Those are called elephant toes. So it's blue encased, cobalt blue, deep, deep cobalt. It is really gorgeous. Totally smooth, wonderful polish, six-toed. It is beautiful. Look at that. Let me tell you how tall it is. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, I think that might be China. There's a line, Gorgeous Design. That's what it's called. And I have a couple of vases, and, I bring them to my sales from Gorgeous Designs. They're from the early 2000s. They are not a current repop. They are vintage. And there are things made in China that are vintage. So we can't just always say, oh, it's China, it's a repop. That's not true. But this piece, the more that I looked at it and the more I found like the bubbles and the deep, deep cobalt color, I realized that it's definitively not Gorgeous Designs. I just don't know what glassmaker it was. So it's almost 11 inches tall at its tallest petal. It's almost 11 inches tall at its tallest petal. It is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it. And one of the ways I know that it's not Chinese made is, number one, the deep color, the detail of the twist and the petals. Someone went out of their way to really give it that nice twist and the lips out. And then there's a few places in here, although good luck if I can actually find one, where there's a bubble or two. And again, Chinese repops go out of their way to make sure there's nothing like that so they can really fool the consumer. It is heavy. It is probably almost 2 pounds. That's another good clue. This is a serious piece of glass. I'll show you them. Look at that. See how the colors? There you go. See the lines? Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And here's its mouth. I mean, it's just, yeah. I think 25 is a bargain, and that's its start. But I don't see anyone interested. So far, I've struck out. It happens a lot. Don't know why. Okay. This is going to be a quick claim. How are you today, Karen? I hope it's not raining anymore up there. It's not raining down here, not today, but I think it's coming back tomorrow. Oh man, it was pouring yesterday. And I took my dad to the eye doctor for a new prescription. We were 10 minutes late. Why? Because it was pouring and there was road work, and their lot is really hard to park in. And I even left with extra time knowing all these things. We were 10 minutes late. They told my 86-year-old father that he would have to wait until the very end of the day because he was 10 minutes late. So we did. We sat there for 2 hours waiting to be seen. It was unbelievable. In the pouring rain outside, it was a nightmare. So this is a quick claim. Japan, 1950s, gorgeous pinks and oranges, white pearl, choker. It's a choker. So, that means that any of us ladies who have a larger neck size, it will be a little tight and or not flattering, depending on what you go for. This would fit on my neck. It would fit on my neck right around here. It just depends on whether, I like that style or not. But these beads, these colors, these are glass down here, and these faux pearls. It's absolutely beautiful. And I thought, it fit in with the Valentine's Day theme. So you can claim this with the letter H. Letter H. Okay. And I'm going to say pass. I've got 2 people still here with me, and I've got a few more items, and then I'm going to do a fast recap. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to hold up all the items again, or if I'm just going to tell you what they are. I don't know, because I want people who come in later to be able to go to the end and see that. So we'll see. This is also a quick claim at 14. Okay. Where did I put him? There we go. Quick claim, $14. Letter Y. He is, oh Lord, what is the name? Is he a cashmere? Excuse me, probably 1980s. Paper mache composition. Grumpy Cat box. It's a Grumpy Cat orange tabby box. He opens just like this. Could put your little, I don't know, use your imagination what you would put in there. He has really no damage. He's just been hanging out on somebody's shelf. He's got his little backside, his legs are just like a little indentation in his tail. And, he's like, 3 by 3, something like that. He's just really cute. So the letter Y, quick claim. Letter Y. And I'm moving fast. I only have 1 person left. So, and again, if I don't have any people left when I'm done with these last 4 items, I won't do a recap. I mean, I don't know. I'll decide, but I don't know how to do that if nobody's here. I'm not sure what the point is. I mean, maybe people scroll to the end when they watch later just to see if you do a recap. I don't know. I never do that, but I don't know. So 18 start. This is made in Poland. I've shown it before. I'm showing it again. Beautiful fruit basket. Hand painted birds on very, very deep thorn bush flowers. So It's made in Poland, but it would remind me of a type of flower that you would find in like Australia or something. More very deserty, because look at the intense thorns. There's actually is a bush like that that's pretty famous, but I can't remember the name. So I think that this is beautiful. I don't think I'd use it as a fruit basket. I think I would put hot buns in here on the table and leave it the open weave, and as the buns are being taken out, you can see the birds. It is from the 1970s. I don't know why. Like I say, things are always, there's no chips, no cracks. This thing weighs probably about 2.5 pounds. But it is beautiful. Here is the bottom. It could say Thailand, but it's very, very confusing. Hard to read writing. I mean, I've tried multiple times, and it just, while my brain wants to default to that it says Thailand, none of it hand painted in. Yeah, I don't know. Hand painted in somewhere. It is, whoops, about probably 12-inch diameter and almost 4 inches tall, minus the handles. So, pass on that. Thank you for the 2 people that are still here. I appreciate it. Okay. This is a quick claim. Hold on. Come on. There you go. 16. You know, I love it when people say hi to me, but they pop in and they say hi and then they leave, and I don't get enough conversation. I'd love to have more conversation with you guys, but I guess that's something that I want, and then that's just me. So so that's okay. It's okay. It'll all work out. Let's go with the letter I. So this can be claimed with the letter I for $16. It is 1980s, possibly early 90s, clear glass with, now look, I debated this, and I am still unclear as to whether or not this fruits and grapes that poke out on the outside and have the color, whether it's painted on, glazed on, or if it's actually different colored glass. Okay. I do not know the maker. I've been all over town with it. And I mean, you know, it's blown glass, it's got that applied handle, all that good stuff. The scalloping, no maker. I see this as being a piece that was probably sold at like a department store, like Macy's, Capwell's, a higher end than, you know, than a Kmart or a Woolworths. But you see over here, this piece, it's the lines. I can't tell if it's painted on or not. Now, I don't think it's colored glass. I don't. However, that said, I think it's glazed on because I went to clean this and I tested if the coloring was going to come off, and it did not come off for me. Now, I did not scrub and scrub at it, but it didn't come off. Sorry, I just got a text. So it's not going to wash off for you. It's not cold paint. That's the bottom line of what I'm saying. This is about 6 inches by 3.5 inches long and wide. And, then with a handle, probably about 6 or 7 inches tall. Quick claim. Letter I. $16. Beautiful spring basket to put strawberries with some cheese at a little party. Again, I keep talking about spring get-togethers and Galentine's Day, but those things are real. And in this stressful times with the whole COVID pandemic and everything else that's going on, and being in our technology all the time, like we are right now, we have really lost socialization, getting together with our friends, and just having tea, having some cheese and crackers, hanging out, dishing about our joys and our sorrows. We have just really lost the social connection. And as human beings, we might have a limit as to how much we want, but we need those connections. So I talk about that stuff a lot. It's part of the therapist mental health awareness person in me that, we need to reach out. We need to be more social. We need to have small gatherings carefully, with select people that we know, are safe and healthy. But, we've gotten really lonely, and we need to dial back from that and get back together with our friends. So, I had 3 more items, but I'm going to let them go and not bring them to this sale. I see 2 people are here, and I think how I'm going to do my first recap ever, since it's late. That doesn't matter. If I had to be on for 4 hours, I would have to be on for 4 hours. But with all the technological snafus and only having 2 people here currently and not a single item sold, and some of that is the technological problems, but it's something else too. I don't know. Not enough viewers. Whatever. I'm going to do my recap like this because there's 2 people. So anyone who comes in and watches this later, and if you do, thank you so much. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. You can always email me. My email is there on the bottom of the screen. And inquire about anything you saw in the preview, anything you see in this live sale, anything you're interested in, anything you might be looking for that you would like me to keep a lookout for you because you've seen me sell it in the past and you think maybe I can find it again, or you just think because I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area that I have better access to it, or you just want to say hi. There's my email. The way that I'm going to do this recap, because of the technology snafus and having virtually no one here, I'm going to read to you what I showed. And if you're interested, you can type in the chat, hey, I would like to see that item again. And I'll show it to you. Okay? Because it'll take me half an hour to hold them all up and go over it again. And I think you can go through the preview and you can listen and you can email me if you're interested in. it or some of them. Okay? How's that sound? Okay. So the first item I brought, and like I said, nothing sold. So it's all available. The first item I brought today was by William Guerin, Guerin. It is, the maker's mark is WG and Company. It is turn of the century France, likely 1880s, 1890s, Limoges. 9-inch tall, beautiful cherub platter. It is in mint condition, $35 start. So at this point, it's just $35. They are selling online for more than double that. The second item I bought is the recycled glass green Coke bottle with angel large votive holder, $12. Grandma's house plaque with all of Grandma's beautiful rules that just make you happy and make you smile. Like, if you make a mess, I'll help you clean it up. That wooden plaque from the 70s is $8. The beautiful ballerina made by Man in Korea, that is porcelain with just her lovely face and her beautiful pointed toe, 1970s, $15. The Dart 10 from Cress Stores, 1930s, with two sides, one with an archer and a bullseye, and one with just an arrow. Family nail kit in really good condition from the 1930s, $12. Lenox vase, green, olive green, with encased sandpaper like white glass cut to that olive. That's it. It is encased in Lenox vase from probably the early 2000s. Absolutely stunning. $24. The coffee ground pot with wildflowers, Cruel, from the late 70s on linen, framed, $12. The red and white 1930s, potentially Bakelite or celluloid, long 32-inch 4-strand necklace, $12. The Swedish postcards that go for double to triple what I brought them for are choice, 1910, 19s, 20s, choice, $8 each. The Ashley England fine bone china Capodimonte, gorgeous placeholders that you can fit ephemera in as well to display year round. There's 4 of them in box, never used, $20. The beautiful Listener double blue moon glow bracelet, 1960s, $18. Lefton China hand-painted 1930s shell dishes with beautiful roses. I have 2, choice, $10 each. Fenton Moonglow hobnail perfume bottle, absolutely gorgeous. Missing its stopper, almost all of them are selling for twice what I'm asking online, $16. The ephemera 2 barn swallows on a frozen lake with the church, that was put in Lyons coffee from the 1930s, $8. The gorgeous cobalt blue swung vase that I do not know the maker, with all the 10 petals at the top and the 6 elephant toes at the bottom. It's encased white, cobalt blue, beautiful twist, probably 1950s. I do not know the makers, $25. The pink orange choker from Japan, 1950s, early 1960s, $8. The composite paper mache Grumpy Cat knick-knack trinket box from the 80s, cashmere, $14. The big fruit hand painted birds on thorn with little wild roses fruit basket with handles. Absolutely gorgeous. I believe it's hand painted. I believe it says Poland. It might say Thailand. It's very hard to read. $18. It's gorgeous. Like I said, I would put biscuits in it so you could see the birds. Hot rolls. The clear glass basket with peaches and grapes, 1980s, $16. And that's it. That's it, y'all. If anyone is interested in any of those items, that was my recap. Let me know now. And thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. I am going to start. So what's coming up for me? I am going to start doing once a week, other than my Wednesday live sale. I am going to start doing once a week, like 6-item static drop sales on my channel and see how that goes. So look for that. I'll be dropping them on the weekends. So look for that over this weekend. You should get a notification if you're subscribed. And next Wednesday, I will be on Miss Karen Chasing Vintage channel for our Wednesday Vintage Vendors live sale. I hope you come and join us for that. And the only other thing that I am clearly remembering that I have coming up is I believe it's the 29th of January. If I could, let me get my phone and look. just because, I mean, why not? I'm talking to myself. I'm selling to myself. Yes, January 29th. I will be on Angie's Oddities Monday's Maker Market live sale on January 29th. Okay? So next Wednesday, look for me over on Miss Karen's channel. Look for my static drops. I'm sorry that no one was interested in any of the things that I brought today. But if you change your mind, there's my email. And I hope everyone has a good day. I hope everyone has a good evening and a lovely upcoming weekend. I'll see the majority of whoever watches this and whoever's been in the chat in other chats and other live sales sooner than later. Bye.